Hi, I hope you're doing well. Now, if you watched my last week's lesson, you would have seen a very unplanned lesson because I'm editing a theory course at the moment and pretty busy with stuff. So this is another one, but this is about drum loops. I have written some notes here. I've got 5 drum loops for you. And since this is recorded just before Christmas, I'm giving them away to you for free. Just follow the link below. No sign up, nothing. You can just get them. They're recorded by my amazingly talented friend, John Howells on drums. I'm going to put a link to his site below. If you ever need any drums for a project, he's your man. But I've got 5 of them, different tempos, all from my funk bass book, so they're all quite funky, but there's a bit of a rocky one as well. And I'm just going to show you the benefits of practicing to drum loops. I'll show you how to set them up in your digital audio workstation as well. But let's go into that first one. It's quite fast, and I'm just doing octaves here. There's no tab for this lesson because I'm making stuff up. All I'm doing here is an F on the 1st fret of the E string and then the octave above that, the 3rd fret of the D string. I'm using my index for the lower E string and the middle finger for the D. So you've got 1st finger, little finger here, although you could use 3rd. I find little finger much easier. Index and middle here. So you've got every digit has a job. And if I want the note to be short, I'm coming off the note quickly. And I'm just trying to sit in the groove here, not to rush, not to slow down. I'm adding in ghost notes, so I'm practicing that as well. Now with the drum loop, I'm trying to make it feel good, which is easy with John's drums because there's a lot going on there, so I don't have to play that much and I can sit on a root note as well. I talked a bit in the last lesson about restricting yourself in certain areas of practice. So here I'm literally just doing octaves, just an F and another F, and that's really it. I was just sitting on that a bit. I was struggling with that because I'm out of practice. I always am. I'm not playing that much at the moment. 2 Fs there. On the 3rd fret of the D string, I'm going index, middle. As soon as the middle is done, the index is ready to play on the E string now. And that, at this speed, is quite difficult. So that's a good thing to practice. You can do anything you like with these drum loops. Let me quickly show you how I added this into Logic. So there's 2 methods here. That's what I'm using, Logic Pro X. You put the either 4 or 8 bar drum loop at the beginning, set the tempo of the project to whatever it is. I think this is 115 beats per minute, this one. And then you either cycle, every digital audio workstation, every software has this kind of thing here, where you can cycle the 4 or the 8 bars around, and that's it. You just press play, play along, or there's a loop button, which I've got going on here in Logic, and you press that, and the loop just runs and runs. Play whatever you like to this. You can even just play a scale like this. Did you hear how that scale evolved from a scale to a bass line? Just by playing some rhythms and grooving a bit along to it. That's how we create bass lines. Let's move on to the next drum loop. This one is 125 beats per minute, so that's really up tempo. And in my notes I've got C minor groove, so let's see what happens with this one. pattern here. This is the C natural minor scale. So you need to know it ascending, but also descending. And if you descend, you get C, B flat, A flat, G. And that was what I was doing. C, down to the G and the A flat. And then just E flat, D. And you really need to know the pattern, because then you can just go to the note really easily and without any fuss. Looking at my notes, I notice I've got nothing in the major keys, so I'm going to try and do something with that. So it definitely, to me, in my head, I'm thinking a minor thing, but just there, I was going C again, the same root. And this time not G, A flat, but G to A natural, 5th fret of the A, of the E string. A very common sol-bass pattern there, C, G, A. And this stuff that I was doing is just a very simple major pentatonic pattern. That's 5 notes. There's the octave. Slidey stuff, I love that. And all of those notes will fit over this. To my ear, it sounds better in minor, but... And then there I was just going C, A, B flat, B. I'm making this up on the spot, and that's the thing, that's what you'll do along to this. You can use any bass line that you've made up or any that you know. It just forces you into trying to play in time, trying to make every note count. Because those drums sound so cool, you can actually play a lot less than I'm playing here. So perhaps do that, perhaps take a few notes away. The next one is a bit less relentless. Let's have a listen. So in the notes, I've put G Phrygian hip hop. So that's what I wanted to create here. G Phrygian is this scale here, this mode. That comes from E flat major. It's the 3rd mode of E flat major, and these are the notes. You get this flat second. So it's just doing this G, F, back to G, B flat, 1st fret A string. Then going to that flat second, the A flat. That's what I was doing. The other thing I was doing, just to get a darker tone, was to use palm muting. So use the fleshy part of the side of your palm and place it towards the end of the bridge here. Not too much so that you don't get a sound, but nice and lightly there. And then we're using the fleshy part of the thumb there. I'm resting on the next string as I pluck through there. Compare that tone to this. Just a bit duller. Or you can put a foam mute down there. Because there's less going on in this loop and the tempo is down a bit, I want to leave more space, and I'm keeping the notes nice and long. The next loop features some shuffle, some swing, and it's 100 beats per minute. Man, major is not getting a look in this lesson. For some reason, my mind is all minor today. So B flat minor. I'm on the 6th fret of the E string. So I've got B flat minor to E flat minor. Those notes fit. So I was just going B flat. 2 notes lower than that is the flat 7 of the chord. Over a minor chord, this will always fit. And then you've got the flat 3. I'm playing that on the 4th fret of the A string. We did a similar thing before, so that pattern works over minor chords. Just using those notes, experiment with them. E flat, same pattern. Because we've got a root, a flat 7 and a flat 3rd again, and they all fit over a minor chord. Anything like that is B flat minor pentatonic. I think the key here is just to find a groove and just sit on it. It's a bit like meditation, this. You just stick on something and actually maybe pull notes away, keep things as simple as you can, which, you know, going from the first groove was a bit relentless, wasn't it? It was a bit faster tempo, a bit more 16th notes, and now I'm trying to just relax a little bit. Let's have a look at the last one. This one is a bit more on the rock spectrum of funk. So I've got E minor blues rock here. See what I mean? It sounds a bit more John Bonham-esque there. So what I was doing there was really something that a lot of rock players lean on, which is just the E minor pentatonic scale. Well, actually really the E minor blues scale, because that note there is a flat 5 and that added into it turns it into a minor blues. That pattern right there is one to learn. And you really can, you know, when you want to jam, improvise, you're doing a jam session, you can come up with lines instantly if you know what notes fit and work. And these are perfect notes. They're used in hundreds and hundreds of rock bass lines, from classic rock to anything up to now, these notes. You need to know the shapes all across the neck. And as you can see there, it's as if I'm moving in this direction, diagonally across the neck. Instead of perhaps staying in one place. You know, you might know that shape there. Can do that, you can just stay there. I'll do it down the octave. But this breaks you out of that a bit. So I happen to be recording this video around about Christmas. So if you happen to be watching it as it's been released, happy Christmas. And yeah, thanks really very much for supporting the channel, liking, subscribing, you know, commenting, all of that kind of stuff. I actually do give away things quite a lot in my lessons, but just to say thank you, here are these 5 drum loops. I'll put a link below where you can download them for free, no sign up or anything. I'll also put John's link below if you do need any drums. I'll put my funk course and book. But thanks so much for supporting the channel. Every like, comment, subscribe helps, you know, small YouTubers like me grow and create content for you and to run a business. So thanks very much for being a part of that. As ever, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you on the next lesson.